Hello friends, a very good afternoon to all of you. So the moment has arrived. All of you were anxiously waiting for this moment. Last week, I don't remember the number, but almost every student probably would have asked me more than twice, Sir, CAT की answer keys कब release हो रही हैं, when we are getting the response sheet for CAT. So here it is. The response sheet for CAT is out this morning. And I am sure that all of you would know that. So this is not a news for all of you anymore. But since morning we are waiting to conduct this analysis session of each and every slot of CAT 2023. So friends, welcome back all of you on the YouTube channel of BYJU'S Exam Prep as well as the application of BYJU'S Exam Prep. I don't know how many of you are happy to see the response sheet, how many of you are disappointed, but does not matter at all. Today in this session, we are looking at slot number 1, QA. Okay, so we'll be discussing all the questions that appeared in the QA section. Now, though on the day of CAT, immediately after first slot, I have done the analysis of the QA section of slot number 1. And I have discussed some of the questions which were based on the memory. But now we have exact questions in front of us. And we'll be looking at the solution of each and every question that appeared in the QA section of slot number 1. So hello everyone. So a lot of you are saying, sir, 97% any colleges without sectional cutoff is FMS possible? Trupti, if you have a good track record, academics and extracurricular activities, yes, FMS might call you, but chances of converting that college might be a little less. All right, but we'll be discussing all these things. Do not worry at all. So this is not the session to discuss from which college we can expect the call. So definitely we'll be having separate sessions on each and everything. So first thing first, today we have already got the response sheet. So let us discuss each of the slots, slot 1, slot 2 and slot 3, all the 3 sections on the YouTube channel as well as the application of BYJU'S Exam Prep. All right. Now in this session, slot number 1 QA, आज मैं discuss करने वाला हूँ. Then immediately after this session, we will be having another session. So probably somewhere around 3:30. So 3:30 के आसपास there will be another session in which we'll be discussing slot number 2 QA section. And then immediately after that, at somewhere around 5 or 5:30, this evening only, we'll be having slot number 3 QA. All right. After which we'll be conducting LRDI as well as verbal ability as well, as far as CAT 2023's discussion on the response sheet is concerned. All right. Okay. So friends, let's quickly begin. This is slot number 1. So all of you must have seen the response sheet, and some of you might be curious about, curious to know about the solutions of some of the questions probably which you have attempted incorrectly, right? So I'll be discussing all the questions one by one. So without wasting any time, let's begin solving. So question number 1. So all of you have these questions with you. So those who are preparing for other examinations, they may also sit in this session. Those who are preparing for the CAT next year, they may also sit in this session. Okay. So the first question, n be the least positive integer such that 168 is the factor of 1134 raised to the power n. Now 1134 raised to the power n should be completely divisible by 168, and first of all I have to find out the smallest possible value of n. Now the next statement will require if m is the least positive integer such that 1134 raised to the power n is a factor of 168m. So in one case, 168 is the factor of this, then this is the factor of 168 raised to the power n. So basically we'll have to factorize both the numbers. Okay. So I'll write both the numbers as a product of prime factors. So first of all, 168 can be written as 2 raised to the power 3 multiplied by 21. Now 21 is 3 raised to the power 1 into 7 raised to the power 1. First number. Then 1134. Now 1134 is 2 raised to the power 1. So 5, 6, 7, 2 raised to the power 1 multiplied by 3 raised to the power 4 multiplied by 7 raised to the power 1. All right. So these are the prime factorizations of both the numbers 168 and 1134. Now the first thing first, calculating the value of small n. Now they are saying that 1134 raised to the power n is completely divisible by 168. So 168 denominator mein hai, so I need in the numerator, so if numerator is completely divisible by 168, so in the numerator I need at least 3 power of 2. Okay, 3 powers of 2 is required. I need 1 power of 3 and 1 power of 7. Now if I look at 1134, now 1134 has already enough powers of 3 and enough powers of 7, but it does not have enough powers of 2. Okay, so in the numerator, if I look at 1134, it has only single power of 2, but I need cubic power of 2 in the numerator. So I can say that the smallest possible value that n will take will be equal to 3. So n ki smallest value 3 ho jayegi, right? So half of the problem is done. Now let's look at the next line. Now m is the least positive integer once again, such that 1134 raised to the power n is the factor of 168 raised to the power m. So that means 168 raised to the power m should be now completely divisible by 1134 raised to the power n. Now n ki value calculate ho chuki hai, the value of n is 3. So I'll write 3 here. Okay, now 168 is 2 cube multiplied by 3 raised to the power 1 multiplied by 7 raised to the power 1 whole raised to the power m is completely divisible by 1134 raised to the power 3. Now 1134 raised to the power 3 is 2 cube multiplied by 3 raised to the power 12 multiplied by 7 cube. All right. Now we'll have to find out the smallest value of m. Now 2 cube is already present in the denominator, so power of 2 is no problem at all. Now power of 3, I need 12 power of 3, but I have only single power of 3. So for that, the value of m will be 12. M ka value 12 ho jayega. Now if m is 12, the power of 7 is also taken care of. So the smallest value of m will be equal to 12. Now in the question, we are asked to find out the sum of m and n. M or n ka sum calculate karna hai. So 3 plus 12 is equal to 15. So the correct answer for the first question will be 15, and that is the given answer. Okay. So 15 is the correct answer for question number 1. All right. Selvin says, sir, got amazing marks on CAT. Came here to thank you. Wow. Lovely, Selvin. Thank you. Thank you for your appreciation. Thank you. We always are making efforts so that our students gets best possible marks. So thank you for leaving such a wonderful comment. All right, chaliye. So that was question number 1. Answer is 15. Let's move on to the second question. Now question number 2 is a very easy question. It looks difficult, but it is easy. X and Y are real numbers such that this holds true, and we'll have to find out the value of x minus 2y. Now if you look at carefully this expression on the left hand side, I already have x minus 2y as a part of this entire equation. Okay? So let's look at how we can calculate this value. So first of all, I'll take everything from the right hand side to the left hand side. So x square is already there. Now this will go to the right hand side. It will become plus 4xy and then plus 4y square. Okay. Then this part as it is, x minus 2y minus 1 square, and that will be equal to 0. Now this part of the left hand side is basically x plus 2y whole square. Then this part as it is, x minus 2y minus 1 whole square is equal to 0. Now this particular equation is in the form of a square plus b square is equal to 0. Now a square b square is equal to 0. X and y are real numbers, so this part will also be real, this part will also be real. The sum of these squares of two real numbers is equal to 0, right? The sum of these squares of two real numbers is equal to 0. Now when can this sum of the squares be equal to 0? Squares cannot be negative, right? Okay, so the minimum value of a perfect square can be 0. Now since their sum is equal to 0, so I can say that individually both of them will be equal to 0. So that means x plus 2y will be equal to 0, and this part x minus 2y minus 1 will also be equal to 0. Now from here I can write x minus 2y is equal to 1, and this is what we'll have to calculate. मुझे x minus 2y का value चाहिए था, so the answer will be option D, that is equal to 1. All right, clear? I hope you have understood first two questions. Simple questions थे. They were not at all difficult. I would say that they were doable questions in this examination. Okay, let's move on and look at our next question, question number 3. Now, question number 3 is a difficult question. देखने से तो बहुत difficult लग रहा है. Now, what will be our first move? Our first move in this question will be take one of the roots on the right hand side, do the square, okay, something like this, right? So this might be our first move, but let's have a look at a different way of solving this question. Okay, I have under root of 5x plus 9 plus under root of 5x minus 9. Let's look at the right hand side. This is equal to 3 bracket 2 plus root 2. Let's open the bracket on the right hand side. So it will be 6 plus 3 root 2. Okay. Now 6 can be written as under root of 36. I'll do that. Under root of 36 plus 3 को भी अंदर अगर लेके जाते हैं, this will become under root of 18. Right? So on the right hand side, I have root 36 plus root 18. On the left hand side, I have under root of 5x plus 9 plus under root of 5x minus 9. Now look at this part and this part. What is the difference between these two? The values which are under the root, inside the square root, 5x plus 9, 5x minus 9. The gap between these two is 18. Also, the gap between 36 and 18 is also 18. Okay, so I can now say that this value 5x plus 9 will be equal to 36 and 5x minus 9 will be equal to 18. कोई भी इनमें से equate कर दो कोई भी value. So 5x plus 9 equals 36. अगर मैं equate करता हूं, 5x का value कितना आ जाएगा? It will be equal to 27. I need the value of under root of 10x plus 9. So if 5x is 27, 10x will be equal to 54. All right, 54 का value यहाँ पे substitute कर दिया. So it will be under root of 54 plus 9, that is under root of 63. Now under root of 63 is 3 under root 7. So 3 under root 7, option D will be the correct answer. Okay, a clever way of solving a question, right? Okay, चलिए आगे चलते हैं. So that was question number 3. The question which looked difficult, but the solution pretty easy, simple. So it's just the observation, looking at an alternate way of solving the question. If I am at your end, I would have also left this question in the examination. Okay, but yes, outside the examination hall, the question looks easy. Always they look easy. Inside the examination hall, easy question भी tough लगता है. चलिए आगे चलते हैं. Question number 4. Now question number 4, I would say that it's a pretty easy question of logarithms. So first of all, simplify this, get the value of x, substitute the value of x in the second equation and get the value of y. Simple question hai. Let's simplify this part. Okay. All right. So I can write it as x raised to the power 4 is equal to x square plus 12. We'll simplify for the value of x here. So x raised to the power 4 minus x square minus 12 equal to 0, right? If I split the middle term and factorize it, I can write it as x square minus 4 and x square plus 3 equal to 0. Okay, from here I'll get x square equal to 4 or x square equals to minus 3. Now x square cannot be minus 3. I will reject this. X square equal to 4. So the value of x can be plus 2 or minus 2. Okay. So from this part, from the first equation, I've got two values of x. X is plus 2 or minus 2. Now since x is the base here, the value of x can not be negative. It has to be positive. Okay. So this negative value of x is also rejected, and the only value of x that I'll get is equal to 2. So x is equal to 2, right? Now substitute this value of x here and get the value of y. So I can say that log of 2 to the base y is equal to 1 upon 3. Log of 2 to the base y is equal to 1 upon 3. So y raised to the power 1 upon 3 is equal to 2. Taking cube both sides, I'll get y is equal to 8. Okay, y का value आ गया. Now the value they are looking for is the sum of x and y. X is equal to 2, y is equal to 8. So the sum of x and y is equal to 10. So option D is the correct answer for question number 4. Okay, so question number 4, I would say that it was not a lengthy question of logarithms, but a doable question of logarithms. And this is what I have observed in the last so many years, that yes, you will find a question of logarithms in CAT, but every question of logarithm that has appeared is doable. Okay, so examination hall में भी जो psychology होती है हमारी कि log का question difficult होगा, please change this mentality. Logs आता है definitely, but logs के जितने भी question होते हैं, they are doable. I'm not saying that they are sitters, they are very easy, but they are doable questions. Okay, चलिए question number 5 की तरफ चलते हैं. So have a look at this question. Now, first look, definitely I will leave this question. If I have 3-4 minutes left towards the end, I may come back, but generally ना वो 3-4 minutes होते नहीं है. So ये वाला question छोड़ने लायक question है. Cubic है, then coefficients में भी variable है, r घुसाया हुआ है यहाँ पे. So थोड़ा सा tough question है, but still अभी क्या करना है हमें? अभी तो इस question को solve करना है. थोड़ा सा यहाँ पे correction होगा, ये 47 नहीं है, so I will do the correction. So this is 4r minus 1. ठीक है, small correction. थोड़ा जल्दी जल्दी में PPT बनाया गया है, and हाँ कुछ ज्यादा जल्दी में बनाया है. This is equal to 0. So x cube plus 2r plus 1 x square plus 4r minus 1 into x plus 2 equal to 0. Okay. Now this equation, this cubic equation has minus 2 as one of its roots. Minus 2 एक root है, and the other two roots are real. Okay. Then we'll have to find out the minimum possible non-negative integral value of r. r का minimum possible non-negative integral value calculate करना है. ठीक है. So minus 2 is one of the roots. If you look at this cubic equation, sum of the roots is minus b upon a. I will have a variable. छोड़ दो उसे. Sum of the product of the roots taking two roots at a time is c upon a. Again, we have r in that. But the product of the roots, product of all the three roots, it is minus d upon a. So yes, we have constants here. So I'll start working on the product of the roots. Now, one of the root is minus 2. Okay. And the product of all the roots, all the three roots is also minus 2. Now, product of all the three roots is minus 2 and one of the roots is also minus 2. So I can say that the product of the other two roots will be equal to 1. Okay. So product of other two roots, let's say they are alpha and beta. So product of alpha and beta will also be equal to 1. Okay. So I can say that if one of the root is alpha, the other root will be 1 upon alpha. Okay. So the product of all the three roots is minus 2 according to the equation. One of the root is minus 2. So the product of other two roots will be equal to 1. So that means one root will be the reciprocal of the other root. So these are the other two roots. Done. Now these are the other two roots. If I look at sum of the roots, alpha plus 1 upon alpha. Okay, sum of these two roots, okay, or sum of all the three roots. So alpha plus 1 upon alpha minus 2, okay. So this value is equal to minus b upon a. So that is minus of 2r plus 1. So from here, alpha plus 1 upon alpha will be equal to minus 2r plus 1. All right. Now alpha plus 1 upon alpha, x plus 1 upon x. ये जो value है, this is always greater than equal to 2. So alpha plus 1 upon alpha, this value is always greater than equal to 2 and less than equal to minus 2. X plus 1 upon x. ठीक है? So this value is always greater than 2 and less than minus 2. So I can say that this value minus 2r plus 1 will always be greater than equal to 2 and less than equal to minus 2. अब इसको सिंप्लीफाई करते हैं. So minus 1 इधर चला जाएगा तो minus 2r will always be greater than equal to 1 and less than equal to minus 3. Minus 2 absorb होगा, so r will always be, sign will change, less than equal to minus 1 upon 2 and here it will be greater than equal to 3 upon 2. Okay. Now look at this last relation. R is less than equal to half or it is greater than equal to 3 by 2. Now they are looking for the minimum possible non-negative integral value of R. Minimum possible non-negative. Non-negative, that means R is not negative, so it will not be less than half, less than minus half. Okay? So this relation will hold. So R will always be greater than equal to 3 by 2. Now greater than equal to 3 by 2, the minimum possible integral value will be equal to 2. So R का value कितना हो जाएगा? It will be equal to 2. So 2 should be the correct answer of this question. So let me check. Yes, 2 is the given answer of this question. Okay. So थोड़ा सा tough है, थोड़ा सा difficult है, थोड़ा different question है. But I would say that yes, doable तो नहीं है in the examination hall. So this question can easily be left out. Okay. But this is the solution that I find I could find this morning, this solution. Okay. चलिए आगे चलते हैं. So that was question 5. Question number 6. Question number 6 बहुत easy question है. Okay. पता नहीं देखने में कैसा लग रहा है, easy लग रहा है, difficult लग रहा है, but I am telling you that it is easy question. So let's quickly do this. Alpha and beta are the roots of this equation. So I will write alpha plus beta, which can be written as a constant. So minus b upon a. So alpha plus beta will be equal to 3. And alpha multiply beta, the product of the roots is c upon a, that is k upon 2. Okay. Now there is another equation whose roots are alpha plus beta and alpha into beta. So the sum of the roots of this equation will be alpha plus beta plus alpha beta, and that is equal to minus p. Alpha plus beta and alpha into beta I can pick from here. So it is 3 plus k upon 2 is equal to minus p. Let's keep it aside. Now the product of the roots alpha plus beta into alpha beta will be equal to p, product of the roots of this equation. So 3 multiplied by k by 2 is equal to p. All right, fine. क्वेश्चन में कोई गड़बड़ तो नहीं है? ठीक है, कोई गड़बड़ नहीं है. Question is absolutely fine. Okay, so 3k upon 2 is equal to p. So now I have these two. From here, I will calculate the value of k and p, and that is what I require here. So 8 times k minus p calculate करना है. ठीक है? So easily हो जाएगा. Solve कर लेते हैं. So p का value यहाँ पे put कर दो. So this will become 3 plus k by 2. 3 plus k by 2 is equal to minus 3k upon 2. So this will go here. So that is 3 is equal to minus 3k upon 2 minus k by 2, that is minus 2. So k का value कितना आ जाएगा? Minus 3 upon 2. So k का value minus 3 by 2 आ गया. So p will be equal to minus 9 by 4. So I've got value of k and p. substitute it in this expression and get the value. So it will be equal to 8 times k minus p minus 3 upon 2 plus 9 upon 4. Okay, so 9 by 4 minus 6 by 4. That is 3 by 4 multiplied by 8, which is 6. So the value of the required expression is equal to 6, and that is the correct answer for this one. Okay, so that was question number 6. Let's move on and look at question number 7. Okay, now question number 7, I remember that we have given this question in one of our mock papers towards the end. Okay, so those who are enrolled for BYJU'S test series, they must have seen like a similar question. Number of integral solutions for this equation. So I'll first of all start by assuming y is equal to modulus x. Y अगर modulus x है तो y का अगर मैं square करता हूँ, so that will also be equal to x square. Y square will be equal to x square. Let's do substitution. So 2y bracket y square plus 1 is equal to 5y square. Okay, I need number of integral solutions. Now first integral solution will be equal to 0. I can cancel out y from both sides, and y equal to 0 I will keep outside. Okay, so now this will become 2y square plus 2 is equal to 5y. So 2y square minus 5y plus 2 equal to 0. Let's do the factorization. So 2y square minus 4y minus y plus 2 equal to 0. So 2y minus 1 and y minus 2. Right? So y is equal to 1 upon 2 and y is equal to 2. Okay? Now, y is equal to mod x. So if y is equal to 1 upon 2, when y is half, so x will be equal to minus 1 by 2 or plus 1 by 2. But I need integral solutions, so this part will be rejected. Second part, when y is equal to 2, the value of x will be either 2 or minus 2. Okay? And then when y is equal to 0, the value of x will be equal to 0. So we have x equal to 0, x equal to 2 and x equal to minus 2 as 3 integral solutions of this equation. Since it was theta question, I have seen like a lot of people told me, lots of students told me that they have written the answer as 5. Now 5 is the total number of solutions. We are asked about the integral solutions, number of integral solutions. So it will be 1, 2 and 3. Minus half and plus half will be eliminated because they are not integers. So the correct answer here will be equal to 3. Okay. Let's move on. Question number 8. Now question number 8, simple question, ratios and percentages are involved. बहुत easily हो जाना चाहिए. चलो discuss कर लेते हैं. So ratios of the salaries of Sita, Geeta. Okay, I'll write it in different manner. So Sita, Geeta and the third lady is Meeta. The salaries are in the ratio 5, 6, 7. So I'll assume the salary of Sita as 5, Geeta as 6 and Meeta as 7. You can assume them as 5x, 6x and 7x. I don't require the exact values, so that is why I'm writing, I'm not writing the variable part. Okay. Now first year the salaries got increased by 20%, 25% and 20% respectively. ये percentages ठीक है 20, 25 and 20. So I'll be checking these questions, okay? Because typo errors हो सकते हैं आज. We have made all these PPTs in like in very less amount of time. So Sita increased by 20%, so this will become 6. 25% increase, this will become 7.5. And 20% increase, this will become 8.4. These are very simple calculations. Okay? In the second year, Sita and Meeta got a hike of 40% and 25%. So this value increased by 40%. So इसका 40% कितना होगा? 2.4. So 6 plus 2.4, this will be 8.4. And for Meeta, it is increased by 25%. 25% of this 2.1, that is 10.5. Okay? and Geeta becomes equal to the mean salary of 3 friends. So let's say Geeta की salary X हो गई. Okay, so Geeta's salary X is equal to the mean of these 3 numbers. So इन तीनों का mean कितना होगा? 18.9 plus X divided by 3. So from here I can solve for X. X will be equal to 18.9 divided by 2. That is 9.45. Okay, so this is equal to 9.45. So Geeta's salary from 7.5 has increased to 9.45. Okay, we'll have to find out the percentage change here. The salary hike of Geeta in the second year is which of these values? Okay, so increase 7.5 से 9.45, 1.95 का increase है over the initial value of 7.5 multiplied by 100. Calculation बहुत simple है. You will calculate and get the answer as 26%, which is option A. Okay, so option A correct answer for question number 8. Right? So easy way of dealing with these questions, right? I have not assumed any variable parts here. Okay, just assume the values as 5, 6 and 7, the ratio which was given. Okay, चलिए आगे चलते हैं. Next question. Question number 10. 9 होना चाहिए इसके बाद. हाँ, 8 के बाद सीधा 10 आ गया. Let me check. So एक क्वेश्चन मिसिंग है. लेट्स विल लुक एट दैट क्वेश्चन. ठीक है, पीपीटी में कुछ गड़बड़ हो सकता है. सो लाइक यू कैन गिव अस दैट मच ऑफ लीवे. चलो, अब ये क्वेश्चन टफ क्वेश्चन है थोड़ा. एंड आई हैव, आई डोंट नो, नॉट अ कन्वेंशनल वे बट अ स्लाइटली डिफरेंट वे ऑफ सॉल्विंग दिस. Now in an examination, the average marks of 4 girls and 6 boys is 24. Each of girls has same marks and each of boys has same marks. This is one good thing. So let's say the marks of every girl is G and the marks of every boy is B. So you are given 4G plus 6B. The sum of this, the average is given as 24, so the sum will be equal to 240. I can take 2 common. So 2G plus 3B is equal to 120. First equation. If the marks of any girl is at most double, so marks of any girl, maximum value कितना हो सकता है? Double the marks of any boy. So girl का maximum value 2B हो सकता है. G maximum value can be 2B, but not less than the marks of any boy. Boys के marks से कम नहीं हो सकता. So that means minimum value of G can be B. Okay. Then the number of possible distinct integer values of the total marks of 2 girls and 6 boys. So 2 girls and 6 boys का value calculate करना है. ठीक है. Now G maximum value can be 2B. I will substitute it here. Okay. यहाँ पे substitute कर देते हैं. So firstly it can be 4B plus 3B, that is 7B is equal to 120. So the value of B will be 17.14 approximately. Okay, fine. The value of B can be 17.14. Now if G is equal to B, so 4B is equal to 5B equals to 120. So the value of B can be 24. Okay, so the value of B will range between these two numbers. First part. Okay, let's move ahead. Now the number of possible distinct integral values of total marks of 2G plus 6B. अब इसकी different integral values calculate करनी है, कितनी हो सकती हैं. Then again I'll have 2 parts. Part number 1, if G is equal to 2B, so this will be equal to, so part number 1, this will be equal to, if G is 2B, so 4B plus 6B, that is 10B. Okay, and the first case, according to this, B was 17.14. I'll put it here. So this value will be 171 0.4. This is the first case. Then the second case, if G is equal to B, so this will become 8B and B का value 24 है, so 8 into 24, 160, 192. So B का value 192. So the values of B will be in this range, starting from 171.4 up till 192. But since we are looking at distinct integral values, so B का minimum value कितना हो सकता है? 172. Minimum value of B can be 172 because it's an integer up till 192. So B can take, sorry, not B, this score 2B plus 6, 2G plus 6B can take the value starting from 172 up till 192. These are the integral values. So how many values are these? These are 21 distinct values. So the correct answer will be option C. All right. So option C, correct answer for question number 10 of slot 1 QA section. Done? आगे चले, next question. Question number 11. Now some of you might have a slight difficulty in understanding this question. The first line is crucial. Now from a coffee jar, that means it will be full of coffee. ठीक है? Now a mixture P is formed by removing certain amount of coffee from a coffee jar. That means we initially have pure coffee. That means the fraction of coffee originally is 1. So replacing it by the same amount of cocoa powder, the same amount is again removed from the mixture P and replaced with the same amount of cocoa powder to form a new mixture Q. The ratio of coffee and cocoa in new mixture Q is 16:9. So I'll apply the simple formula of removal and replacement. Final fraction of coffee, which is 16 upon 25, is equal to initial fraction of coffee, which was 1 because I started with pure coffee, bracket 1 minus the part which is removed upon total solution, raised to the power the number of times the step is repeated. Simple straightforward formula of removal and replacement. So from here I'll get the value of R upon S total solution. जितना remove किया है divided by total solution कितना आ जाएगा ये? 4 upon 5, 1 minus 4 upon 5, that is 1 upon 5. So in every step, I'm removing 20% of the coffee or of the solution and I'm replacing it by cocoa powder. Okay, I'll repeat. 1 upon 5, that means 20%. So every time I'm removing 20%, and replacing it by the equal amount of cocoa powder. Now what they're asking for, then the ratio of cocoa in the mixture P to that of Q. So mixture P, so after first removal and replacement, mixture P was formed. How much coffee was removed? 20% coffee was removed and it is replaced by 20% of the cocoa. So in mixture P, the percentage of cocoa will be 20%, or I can say that 1 upon 5. In the mixture Q, that is the final mixture, it's already given. Coffee and cocoa ka ratio given hai. So the fraction of cocoa will be 9 upon 25. Now to find out the ratio of these two, the ratio of cocoa in the mixture P to that of Q. So calculate this ratio and this will come out to be 5 upon 9. So 5 upon 9, that is option D should be the correct answer of question number 11. Okay. Right. So half of the paper is done and I could find only two, I would not say non-doable question, but two very difficult questions in this paper. ठीक है? आगे चलते हैं. I'm not proving that this paper was easy. This section was easy. No, the quant was relatively tougher as compared to the previous year. So I'm not saying that they were easy. Next question. A question of profit loss. Geeta sells two objects A and B at the same price. Selling price is same. such that she makes a profit of 20% and 10% loss. So एक पे 20% profit, so 20% profit माइंड में चले जाओ, माइंड में कैलकुलेशन करो, फैक्टर ऑफ 1.2. दूसरे पे लॉस है 10%, दैट मींस फैक्टर ऑफ 0.9. So if I'll assume selling price of both the articles as a multiple of these two, 12 and 9 का multiple, which is 108, the calculations will be simpler. So I'll start by assuming the selling price of both the objects as 108 each. ठीक है? So SP of A 108, SP of B is 108. Right? Now A पे कितना प्रॉफिट हुआ है? 20% का. So cost price of A will be 108 divided by 1.2. Okay? That will come out to be 90. मैं लिख देता हूं कैसे आया ये. So 108 divided by 1.2, that will be 90. Similarly, cost price of B will be 108 divided by 0.9, that is 120. Okay, done. Half of the job is done. Now if she increases the selling price such that object A and B still sold at the same equal price and a profit of 10% is made on B. So cost price of B is this. After making a 10% profit, the selling price of B is 132. Now the same will be the selling price of A. Okay. Then the profit made on A will be nearest to. So A पे कितना profit हुआ? 42 का profit है over the cost price of 90 into 100. कितना इजी कैलकुलेशन है? So 140 upon 3, 140 upon 3 approximately कितना आएगा? It will be equal to like slightly less than 47. So 47% is absolutely fine to mark your answer as. So 47% easily mark कर सकते हैं आंसर. That's it. This is the correct answer of this question. ठीक है? चलिए नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. 1 सेकेंड, मैंने शायद क्वेश्चन नंबर, ओके ठीक है. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, क्वेश्चन नंबर 14. Now the amount of job that A, S and K can individually do in a day are in harmonic progression. The amount of work that they can do in one day, that amount of work is in harmonic progression. ठीक है? Now Kamal, so there are three persons A, S and K. Now Kamal takes twice as much time as Amal. Now Kamal double time लेता है, that means आधा काम करता होगा. So if I'll assume the units, number of units in one day as 2A, so Kamal will finish A units of work. So I'm taking this as 1 day work. Okay, so 1 day work में assumption चल रहा है. So Kamal takes twice as much time as Amal. So Kamal will do half the number of units of work in 1 day as compared to Amal. Okay, so if Amal finishes 2A, then Kamal will finish A. Right? And let's say Sunil does X units of work. So the amount of job that these three will do are in harmonic progression. So this will be the harmonic mean of these two, harmonic mean. So that means 2 upon X is equal to 1 upon 2A plus 1 upon A. Okay, harmonic progression में है these three terms. Okay, so twice the reciprocal of this will be equal to sum of the reciprocal of these two numbers. So 2 upon X will be equal to 1 upon 2A plus 1 upon A, that is 3 upon 2A. Okay, so I can say that the value of X will come out to be 4A upon 3. So ये कितना बन जाएगा? 4A upon 3 units of work. So replace कर देते हैं या फिर लिख देते हैं. This will be equal to 4A upon 3. Done. Once again, I'm telling you that these are the units of work that they are doing in 1 day. Now, if Amal and Sunil work for 4 and 9 days respectively, so Amal ने 4 days काम किया, 4 days में 4 multiplied 2A, 8A work will be done. Sunil has worked for 9 days. So 9 multiplied by 4a upon 3, that is 12a units of work. After that, Kamal takes 16 days. So Kamal 16 days में कितना काम करेगा? 16a. So this is the total quantity of work. So total quantity of work will be 36a. Okay. Now the question is, then the number of days Sunil will take to finish the job. Total job is this. 1 day work of Sunil is 4a upon 3. So time taken by Sunil will be 36a divided by the work done by Sunil in 1 day, 4a upon 3. And this will come out to be 27. So this was theta question. So correct answer is 27 for question number 14. Okay. One second. Question number 15. Question number 15, easy question of time, speed, distance. Hardly a question of 45 seconds. 45 seconds में finish हो जाना चाहिए ये वाला question. Figure बनाते हैं. Point A, point B. कौन कौन है? अरविंद and सुरभि. Arvind and Surbhi. ठीक है? Arvind started from here, Surbhi started from here. They must have met somewhere. Okay. After meeting, Arvind takes 6 hours and Surbhi takes 24 hours. They started at the same time. So there's a direct formula which talks about the ratio of their speeds. So speed of Arvind upon speed of Surbhi is equal to under root of time taken by Surbhi upon time taken by Arvind. This is a direct formula. These time are time taken by them after meeting each other. Okay. So time taken by Surbhi is 24. Time taken by Arvind is 6. 24 upon 6 is 4. Under root of 4 is 2. So speed of Arvind is twice the speed of Surbhi. Okay. Now Arvind's speed is given as 54. Speed of Arvind is given as 54. So speed of Surbhi will be equal to 27 km per hour. Then the distance between A and B. Now this part is traveled by Surbhi at a speed of 27. So this distance will be 27 multiplied by 24. And this distance is traveled by Arvind. So this distance will be 54 multiplied by 6. You can add these two distances and you will get your final answer. इन दोनों को add करना है, answer आ जाएगा. So 27 common ले लिया, 24 plus 12, 36. So 27 into 36, that is 972 kilometers should be the answer of this question. Okay. Again, simple question है. Overall 60, slot 1, which IIM can I expect? Keyur, not right now, I'll be able to tell you. Okay. So we are like collecting the data from other students and we'll soon conduct a session on like suggesting you at what score, which percentile can be achieved and like at what score, what percentile can be achieved and from which IIM or from which college you can get a call or expect a call. Okay. Next, let's move on. Question number 16. Question number 16. कैलकुलेशन में बहुत गंदा लग रहा है बट इतना गंदा क्वेश्चन नहीं है. इट्स अ क्वेश्चन ऑफ सिंपल इंटरेस्ट, कंपाउंड इंटरेस्ट एंड अंडरस्टैंड दैट सिंपल इंटरेस्ट, कंपाउंड इंटरेस्ट में ना अगर इफ यू विल सी हायर पावर्स, ओके, सो हायर पावर्स के जनरली क्वेश्चंस आते नहीं हैं. सो दैट मींस देयर विल बी समथिंग इन द कैलकुलेशंस दैट विल कैंसल आउट, ओके, एंड विल रिड्यूस द पावर एंड विल रिड्यूस द पावर टू स्क्वायर और मैक्सिमम क्यूबिक पावर. ठीक है, सॉल्व करते हैं. आसान क्वेश्चन है. Anil invests 22,000 for 6 years, 4% interest rate compounded annually. So let's write the expression for the amount received by Anil. So amount received by Anil will be 22,000 bracket 4% compounded half yearly, 2% हो जाएगा. So 1.02 and power 6 years compounded half yearly, power will be 12. Now this amount is equal to the final amount of Sunil. Now Sunil invested some money for 5 years in the same scheme. So इसका money कितना हो जाएगा? 1.02 raised to the power 10. and whatever he has received, he will receive this much after 5 years. This is invested for another 1 year at a rate of 10%, simple interest. So इसको 10% से और increase कर देंगे. That means simply multiplied by 1.1. That's it. This is your equation. Get the value of x. 1.02 raised to the power 10 will get cancelled. Okay. So 22,000 divided by 1.1, that will be 20,000. Okay. 20,000 multiplied by 1.02 square will be the value of x. That's it. अब इसको कैलकुलेटर से करो, मल्टीप्लाई करो, या फिर 2% 2 बार इंक्रीज कर दो, आंसर आ जाएगा. ओके, सो व्हाट आई विल डू, 20,000 I will increase it by 2%. Final value I'll again increase it by 2%. So 20,000 plus 2%, that means 400, that is 20,400. Okay, अब इसका 2% फिर दोबारा कैलकुलेट कर लो. 1% is 204, 2% is 408. Add करो, this is the final answer, 2808. 20,808 will be your final answer. Okay, match it with the answer keys and you will see the same answer. ठीक है ना? So question number 16 बहुत simple था, actually में बहुत simple था. Let's move on. Look at question number 17. Now, question number 17, a tough one. Okay, lengthy. Concept used is the concept of similar triangles, but definitely the question is lengthy. Start करते हैं. Cyclic quadrilateral. So I'll draw a random quadrilateral. So figure थोड़ा सा मैं clearly बना रहा हूं so that you all will be able to clearly understand this question. Okay, A, B, C and D. We'll do it slowly. ठीक है, कोई जल्दी नहीं है. A, B and C, D are in the ratio 2:1. These two are in the ratio 2:1. So 2x and x. BC and AD are in the ratio 5:4. BC 5y and 4y respectively. Okay, now let's join these two points, opposite points of the quadrilateral. ठीक है? If AC and BD intersect at point E, this is point E, then AE is to CE is equal to how much? Okay, now first thing, I can say that this angle and this angle will be equal, angle made by the same arc. This angle and this angle will be equal. Okay, so these two triangles will be similar, especially triangle DEA will be similar to CEB. Okay, so the ratio of sides 4:5. DE and CE का ratio भी 4:5 होगा. Similarly, AE and BE का ratio भी 4:5 होगा. Okay, right? So I can consider this as 4A and 5A, and this is 4B and 5B respectively. ठीक है? Okay, two triangles are similar. So ये वाला पोर्शन इरेज कर देते हैं, इसकी as such कोई जरूरत नहीं है. Now look at from a different point of view. कलर कौन सा कंसिडर करें? चलो ये वाला ले लेते हैं. Now look at this triangle and this triangle. Earlier we have taken these two triangles. Now I am taking these two triangles. ठीक है? Again, using the same logic, they will be similar. So AE upon DE, AE upon DE, that is 4B upon 4A will be equal to 2 upon 1. Okay, so B upon A will be equal to 2. ये पता लग गया? Okay, now we have to find out the ratio of AE and CE. So AE is 4B and CE is 5A. We have to find out this ratio. B upon A का value पता है, so 4 into 2 upon 5, that is 8 upon 5 will be the final answer of this question. A beautiful question, good question. Okay, conceptual, property of circles, property of similar triangles, ratios, everything is used here. Nice question. Question number 17, answer is option A, that is 8:5. Next question पे चलते हैं, question number 19. Question number 19, डेटा बहुत सारा गिवन है, कंफ्यूज करने की कोशिश की हुई है, but if you have your concepts, your fundamentals in place, easy question this one is. They have drawn a right angle triangle ABC. This is 5 and this is 12. No use of calculating AC. Hypotenuse की बात ही नहीं की है. P and Q are 2 points on B and C. Such that the areas of triangle ABP, area of triangle ABP, ABQ and ABC are in arithmetic progression. Since these three areas are in arithmetic progression, ABP, ABQ and ABC, and their heights are equal, so I can say that their bases will also be in arithmetic progression. That means BP, BQ and BC will be in arithmetic progression. BC का value already given है 12. Okay, so they will be in arithmetic progression. These three, BP, BQ and BC. BC का value 12 given है already. Next, let's look at the next statement. The area of ABC is 1.5 times the area of ABP. So entire area is 1.5 times ABP ka area. Now their heights are again equal, so I can say that the base BC will be 1.5 times base BP. So BC is 1.5 times BP. BC is given as 12, so BP का value पता लग जाएगा, it will be equal to 8. So BP is equal to 8. These three numbers are in arithmetic progression, so BQ will be equal to 10. Simple. Now we need to find out the length of PQ. So BQ is 10 and BP is 8, so the length of PQ will be equal to 2. So 2 will be the final answer, correct answer of this question. All right. Simple. आसान क्वेश्चन था, क्वेश्चन नंबर 19. चलिए आगे चलते हैं. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. आई एम सॉरी. ओके, now there are some questions missing, but वो easy वाले questions हैं, so that's why we are not covering. Find the number of all natural numbers up to 1000 with non-repeating digits. Now I remember we discussing this question on the D-Day, on the day of cat. ठीक है? Natural numbers up to 1000. Now one common mistake that some of the students have done was they have considered all 3-digit numbers. सिर्फ 3-digit numbers consider कर लिए. You have forgotten about 1-digit numbers, 2-digit numbers. Okay? 1000 तक के numbers चाहिए. Non-repeating digits, अब 1000 तो eliminate हो ही जाएगा. So we'll stay up till 3-digit numbers. We'll look at 2-digit numbers and we'll look at 1-digit numbers. So 1-digit numbers, since it's single digit, so all of the digits are distinct. So all 1-digit numbers will be considered. Then 2-digit numbers. Both the numbers, both the digits should be distinct. 9 ways of this, 9 ways of this. Very simple question of permutation combination. 81 such numbers. 3-digit numbers. 9 possibilities for this, 9 possibilities for this, and 8 possibilities for this. Multiply kar do. 81 into 8, that is 648. So add these 3 numbers and you will get your answer. 648 to answer ho hi nahi sakta because answer is more than 648. Only one option is left, 738. So 738 will be the final answer of this question. All right. So friends, I believe that was the last question of this PPT. Just give me a few seconds. All right. Great. So that's all from my side. Now all of you can wait for the analysis, the response sheet of the other 2 slots as well. So after some time, somewhere around 3 o'clock, we'll be conducting an analysis of slot 2 and then followed by slot 3. All right. Now friends, other management entrance test OMIT online classes have already begun. Okay, so if definitely you must be looking forward to write different examinations. SNAP is on our way. That will be in the month of January and it will be followed by some more examinations. So we are already conducting live sessions for OMITs, for the preparation of OMITs, in which we'll have 100+ live sessions, 250+ recorded videos, more than 50 mocks and more than 10,000 practice questions will be available to all of you. So quickly join it, enroll for this program and start preparing for OMITs. Okay. Also, CAT College Predictor based on your profile will be available. Now this will be more accurate. Okay. Right. So please know which IIMs you are likely to get a call from along with the CAT percentile required. Score calculator and percentile predictor, just accurately predict your score. To know more, just go and start using this score calculator and percentile predictor. Now, SNAP 2023 crash course, it's going on. It will continue on YouTube channel as well as our application with 10 power-packed live sessions with highly probable questions. It started on 28th of November and we have session almost on daily basis at 7 p.m. So anyone who is preparing for SNAP must attend these sessions. All right. Okay. So friends, that's all from my side for this day. Thank you very much. But we'll come back again after some time with slot 2 and slot 3 analysis. So stay tuned on the YouTube channel as well as the application. Have a wonderful time. Bye-bye.